Alright, what's good, YouTube? Before I get into this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm trying to hit 2,000 subscribers. And on that note, let's get into the video.
Yeah, what Kobe say? Bands, that's what I love. We get high up in the sky like a dove. And I heard that she a thotty, I told her that I can't call. And if you ain't with the game, promise you can't roll with us. Yeah.
Alright, what's good, YouTube? It's your favorite Discordian Lawn here. Today we're going to be talking about whether or not Bloodlines holds up against its predecessor, Rogue Lineage. I'm going to break the comparisons into different categories. This is so I can compare the game's different strengths fairly. Category 1 being combat, and boy does Rogue Lineage have some good combat. Now, I do understand that Rogue Lineage does have some unbalanced combat, but that's just gonna happen, bro, because Rogue Lineage is like top 5 games when it comes to combat. The fact that people are still playing Rogue Lineage 3 years after its release is really a testament to how good the combat is. The game doesn't even get content updates anymore. The people that play the game literally run around and kill each other for fun. The Bloodlines combat system, on the other hand, may need some work. While the combat system does go for something completely different than Rogue Lineage, I will say that it doesn't do what it's trying to do very well. Not to say that I don't necessarily like it, I just don't enjoy it. For example, the taijutsu tree makes 0 sense at all. Now the M1 combat, it's alright. I like the M1 combat in this game for the most part. I will say it's very easy to just not get M1 in this game. You can run away from any fight if you really want to. And the actual air M2 makes no sense. No one ever uses it because it's very easy to avoid. But I will say the main problem in this game is definitely taijutsu, especially because the moves don't actually feel like taijutsu moves. They feel like medium range moves. The hitboxes are actually ridiculous, and it's just truly a meta. All the other weapons suck compared to taijutsu. Kunai moves are underwhelming. The spear moves are just weird, and sword is garbage. The whole water skill tree is bad, outside of a few moves. And name one person that uses earth. Anyway, Rogue Lineage has better combat. For the second comparison, we'll be talking about progression. The progression system in Rogue Lineage is something, to say the least. I mean, it exists, but not everything needs to exist, especially this progression system. Rogue Lineage is a progression system that's completely unforgiving. It's a completely PvP progression system outside of the very beginning of it, and I feel like that's what brings it down. For half of the classes, you need to kill at least 60 people, which is ridiculous and takes way too much time. You can't actually start playing the game until your day 1, so that's 1 hour into the game. Having to kill people for progression isn't necessarily the problem. I feel like it becomes a problem when there's exploiters and cheaters among you, or overall just people trying to kill freshies, which is just weird, bro. Bloodlines, on the other hand, actually has some pretty good progression. Now, aside of farming Uchihas for your eyes, the game is actually pretty solid when it comes to progression. I think the skill tree system is a very good way of introducing skills to you, and the chakra fragments actually keep you engaged in the game and trying to actually do something outside of, slaughtering other players. The 2 currency systems are actually pretty good. I feel like Sin doesn't need to be in the game. I get why it's there, but I feel like it's just more annoying than anything else. So overall, I would say that Bloodlines definitely has the better progression out of the 2 games. Now onwards to the tiebreaker, the last comparison being the community, the most important part of the game. Rogue Lineage may now have a pretty small community, but before Debloken release, the community was rather close, I should say. I wouldn't say they were always nice to each other, but in servers like Rogue League, you could understand how close everyone was. Even if they were killing each other, everyone was still like kind of friends with each other outside of, different beefs. Bloodlines, on the other hand, hasn't had as much time to, really form a community, at least to the size of Rogue Lineage. I feel like over time it'll slowly build up a community like Rogue League, especially because there's a lack of late game content. So for now, I would say that Rogue Lineage is probably the better game overall. Bloodlines ever has a combat revamp, or is overall just around like 4 months down the line, it'll probably be a better game. But if you would like to share your thoughts on the topic, make sure to comment below. And on that note, I'll see you guys next time.